Now, Municipal Workers Union, SAMWU, wants the provincial government to place the Amathole District Municipality under administration. The cash-strapped Amathole District Municipality, that's out in the Eastern Cape, announced that it will be unable to pay the salaries of its employees, councillors, and even the traditional healers for the months of February, April, May, and June. That's 4 months. It affects 1,641 municipal workers and 56 councillors and traditional leaders serving in that council. Now, the municipality wants the government to bail it out. Abongile Janji has more.
Well, we're coming to you from the headquarters of the Amathole District Municipality in East London. We're about to speak with the municipal manager, Dr. Thandekile Mnyemba, about the workers who won't be paid their salaries up until June. The cash-strapped municipality says that it can no longer pay the workers due to lack of finances. But to tell us more, let me bring him in now. A very good morning, MM. Compliments of the season. How will this issue of not paying workers affect service delivery?
Compliments of the new year to you too, and good morning. Thank you for having us. I can confirm, yes, that the institution is not in a position to pay salaries for February, April, May, and June, the current financial year. Yes, this matter will negatively affect the councillors, the employees, in a negative way. It is supposed to. And yes, it will affect the performance of the employees. But as council and the administration, we are encouraging our employees that we are attending to the matter. Both the executive mayor on behalf of council and myself on behalf of the administration to try and come to a solution.
What led to this, MM? What led to workers? What led to the municipality being cash-strapped and not being able to pay its workers now?
You will remember since I joined the municipality in 2017, I've been constantly stating that one of the biggest challenges Amathole District Municipality is facing is the issue of cost of employment. The cost of employment is very high in Amathole, above the norm as guided by National Treasury. The reasons for the high cost of employment are the unlawful recategorization of the municipality from a category 6 to a 7. The administration of Amathole is paid on a category 7 salary scale, whereas it is supposed to be paid on a category 6. This recategorization was done in 2014, so it is a historic matter. Secondly, in 2015, then the municipality introduced what is called standardization, which is also an unlawful administrative action. That is the second reason why the cost of employment is too high in Amathole.
SAMWU is putting the blame squarely on you that ever since you came to this municipality, things like finances, this is why things are at this mess now since you came here. They say before that things were, I understand you're saying it's a historical matter, but they're putting the blame squarely on you. What do you have to say to that?
Unfortunately for SAMWU, I was not here in 2014 and in 2015. I was not the administrative head of Amathole when those two unlawful decisions were taken and implemented. Now, but that's not important. What is important is how do we then resolve those issues? Unfortunately, through the discussions within the municipality, in the local labor forum, where we discuss these matters of mutual interest, the labor component has been reluctant. Actually, they've refused to discuss those particular issues because historically they've benefited through those processes. And now, as I come in and the current administration trying to stabilize and reverse those, then we've become enemies of labor, which is natural and it is understandable. But as the administration and council, we have to look at the best interest of council going forward. How do we then ensure that the business, the municipality, is sustainable going forward?
The municipality is plagued by drought. It's currently enjoying a disaster status. A recent strike, which saw infrastructure damage to over 20 million rand, if I'm correct, has added to this, and it has its own problems on its own, besides finances. And there are calls for the municipality to be placed under administration by the Kokta MEC, Xolile Ngata. What do you have to say to that?
Just before I get to that, if you remember in 2019-2020 financial year, in August 2019, there was an unlawful strike. During that period, we were even stating as the administration that it is unaffordable to pay any salary increments in 2019 already. And there was a settlement agreement that was reached that we need to pay. Now, when we inherited the municipality, we had 2 months that we could not pay salaries, but we could manage that. We could go to the bank, borrow money from the bank and pay. Now, the impact of that settlement agreement of 2019, what we see today, that we can't pay salaries for 4 to 5 months. It is the direct impact of that settlement agreement. So everyone who was part of that settlement agreement, including labor, must take full responsibility of the fact that today we cannot pay salaries for 4 to 5 months. Coming to your question, the executive mayor has initiated, as I've indicated in my previous interview on this matter, has initiated a discussion by writing to the MEC for Kokta. He copied in that letter the MEC for Treasury in the Eastern Cape and the 2 national ministers. And there is a meeting that has been called today to discuss this particular matter. We will then discuss all other matters in that particular meeting. And the outcomes of that meeting, the executive mayor will be in a position to articulate those.
I understand that Amathole is part of the 14 municipalities who have approached National Treasury for something like an urgent bailout. How far is that matter now, especially now that you have no funds in your pocket?
We do not talk about bailouts in the local government sector. In the local government sector, we talk about support from Kokta. Kokta has got a constitutional obligation to support local municipalities. And support we can define in different ways, financial support included. So what we have done, the executive mayor has written, as I've indicated, to the MEC. That will be discussed. And then whatever it is agreed upon, then the executive mayor will be in a position to communicate that.
One might say the political instability within councils and issues of that nature, could you say that they've contributed to where we are today?
Amathole Municipality, the political arm of Amathole District is stable. It has been stable. Amathole has never had that particular problem of political instability in the political arm and even in the administrative arm. So that is not a problem at all. As I've indicated, the challenge in Amathole lies with the administrative decisions that were taken in 2014, 2015, 2016 financial years.
What's your final word to the workers who will be coming home empty-handed when it's supposed to be payday for the next 4 to 5 months,
I'm saying let us own up to the situation that we find ourselves in collectively. It's not going to assist or help to point fingers. Collectively, let's own it up. Let's own up. That's number one. Number two, as administration and council, we are working very hard 24/7 to ensure that we come to a solution to this particular matter. What I'm asking our employees, let's have faith in this process and let's continue to provide the needed services to our people. Remember, the communities out there, they are not part of the crisis we find ourselves in today. They never created that crisis. We created the crisis. So our people must not pay the price of our unlawful decisions that we've taken as an institution.
Thank you so much, MM. Well, that was the municipal manager of the Amathole District Municipality. As I've said, it has been enjoying a disaster status due to the drought that it's been hitting it. And they're saying that they are hoping for a speedy resolution into the matter.